Well, today we're in the garden. We've got a few flowers showing now, which is great. I'm going to try the radio mic out again, see if it works. Got Lisa with me, who hasn't painted for ages, so I'm hoping she's going to have a bit of fun just playing with these colours and seeing a few techniques. Hello, Lisa.
Hello.
Isn't it exciting?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Good.
I can't wait.
Here we go then. Actually, it's a nice scene. And as you see, we've got some beautiful colours in the palette. So first of all, you just want to start by drawing. I do anyway. You can, if you're good, you can just draw with a brush, use some thin paint and sketch it out. But probably better off using a pencil to start with if we're used to a pencil. But we don't want anything in detail. All I want you to do is work out a basic composition. Now, if I hold my hands up like that in a rectangle, I can take in the composition I want, see through it closer or further to see less. And I do like that cypress, but I'm not going to put it in today because I really want to concentrate on these lovely big luminous pink poppies. So it's not a record of what is here, it's not a photograph. You're going to use it to enjoy this paint as you want, not even the same as me. I'm just going to show you ways. You're going to use this to create something wonderful, something about light, something about colour, something about the paint, something about abstract shapes, even about your interest in fabric. You could treat this paint with your fingers, with a roller, with a brush, and make it almost fabric-like. You could be thinking fabric when you're doing it. You don't have to paint as paint. How you treat this is entirely up to you. And what I want to do is get you enthused back into just enjoying colour again and enjoying being here. And that comes down here. So to bring that across that way even more, bring it across this way more, and bring that one down there, and we'll just keep adjusting it around. Massive lines. If you have a rubber, you'll find yourself there forever. Can't be arsed with that. Right, so that's all I want, and I'm ready to start putting colour on. I really want to get on and enjoy. So my drawing is done. I've got the basics worked out. Now I want to come down to my brushes and palette. Whole range of filberts here to use, and rounds. And that's my palette. That's my palette full of lovely colours. Great fun. What, just go straight in with colour even? Yeah, just big blobs of colour. Why not? I mean, it could be. You could almost.
Much easier because otherwise I'm going to go into detail.
Well, that's it. You could actually.
I've got to avoid going into the.
Too much, right? So what we could do is we could treat it like a bit of fabric. We could treat it as an abstract and just place abstract colours. Just use them even. You don't even have to make a picture like this. We can just use these as an abstract where you want them. I'm lathering it on. Don't paint it thinly like watercolour. Lather it on nice and thick. It's beautiful stuff. You just try whatever you like. Yeah, you just enjoy. I mean, that's what you're here to learn a new experience in life and see if you like it and make the most of it. Yeah. I'm going to mix a little bit of lemon yellow with my the same colour now to give me a slightly more orange. I can see this colour in it, so I'm looking for these different colours. Can you see what I mean now? Can you see this yellow purple in there? Some of this very bright red. It's too bright at the moment, but I'm going to just... Now, this is why I have to start painting shape. I've got to start actually picking these shapes out more. Actually, this should be way up here somewhere. So I put that up there. There's another one up here. That one down there, this one up here, that's it. And I've got to start finding the edges of these petals, letting these lighter shapes show. So quite crude at the moment, but if we put in the right colours and the right shapes, approximately, this thing, we can refine it as we go along. If we start loose, we can finish tight. Now I'm going for some cooler red. This is more alizarin crimson. Yeah. Oh, this is the thing of painting in plein. Now I get people saying, oh, the sound of this, or the birds, or the... Most people say, oh, we love seeing you out there doing it in real life. It's a real artist working. We can share the wind, we can share the experience. I can't, but some of them complain, oh, I can't hear every single word you're saying. For heaven's sakes, you can see what I'm doing. You don't have to hear everything. Although if I do a proper teaching film, I usually make sure that everything is in detail. But so that's my lighter tones and some of the vibrance done so that I can work the darks around it. That should work now. I might just go back a little bit more with the very bright tones, but shapes and colour, one to another. Yeah. You're getting the idea already, get some colour going. The main thing is, I know it's a struggle, but the main thing is to try and enjoy. So little strokes, shapes in the right places, colours in the right places, hopefully it will all come together. Right, now my yellows. And I'm going to start with a lighter yellow because these paints are a bit thin. So I'm going to start with my lemon yellow. Wherever I want. I want to bring some of these flowers into it, you see. So I'm going to just slab it on because you see, if it goes thinly, it just disappears, look. It's such thin, even though they're reasonable quality. And I'm just picking up the bits of light. I mean, I normally paint these highlights on at the end. I wouldn't do them now. But I do want to get, I've got to go a bit bigger with them. I was forgetting how large they are. I'm going to start, this is a cool yellow before I start to put the much warm orange yellows in. Now, I'm not going to paint all the other light colours in. I'm going to go straight now to my mid-tones and the greens. And I'm going to have a bit of fun. I'm going to use my sponge roller on this emerald green. And it's too bright, a bit of yellow ochre. So that's quite a strong, at the moment it's too strong a green, but it's dulling it down a bit. And what I do is then, not easy because I can't reach as easily, but I need to roll my roller through the paint and the brush, so we use it up. I have to hold that down while I do this background. I just want to get it covered. I need to get rid of the white canvas as quickly as possible because that white canvas is a damn nuisance and I can't see the colours with the white canvas still there. So if I quickly get on of these leaf shapes and textures with this sponge roller, back again. Now I can start working different greens in with the roller before I even think about using the brush finally. Let's really start to put some colour into it and start to add more and stronger, purer colours into my painting as it goes on. You can use your fingers whenever you want to as well to rub and to tell Lisa is, you know, the sponge roller is one thing, the brush is another, but you can use your fingers, subtleties of colour. And it's like painting the facets of a jewel rather than so you see how lovely that looks over the top. You've got that underneath, but this is going to be so rich, it's so different to watercolour. Now I'm not saying you're wrong to use acrylics like watercolour, I'm just saying that you'd be better using watercolour in that technique than acrylics because they're in between. So when we've got acrylics, let's make them, let's have this lovely effect of you can let the colour come through as you drag the brush across. It takes some getting used to, like I say, but don't be afraid of it. Just to get used to the roll of it. Look at the lovely textures you can get. Now isn't that fantastic? I mean, I love those textures. It's almost like a fabric. Cools against warms, lights against darks, and I'm going to start bringing in some of these cools into the background here. Well, it's like riding a bicycle. Sometimes these things just suddenly happen. It's not as if you're colourblind. I mean, that could be. I had a student who I used to have to tell her to mix the colours. Just occasionally you've got to get up off your seat and go and have a look from the background as well because you're so close up to it. All you see is a bunch of shapes and you can't really see wood for trees, if you know what I mean. Right, I want to move down a size in brush now myself. I've got to start thinking about finer brushes and lines. Be careful of having one brush in one and one in the other and letting one dry out. This is cadmium red now and white to try and play the warm light reds against those cooler. Now this is where you can make or break a painting. Come to the end. Well, I don't know. When we get them from a distance and varnish, you might be surprised. We're too close and it's too bright. So don't be hard on yourself or me. Right. Deep purple, deep blue, deep purple, bit of blue. But yeah, I need to get back a bit. I can't really see wood for trees now. Try this one.
I've got quite a fine one.
No, it's a lot different. And when you get the paint mix, can I show you a minute? This one. When you mix your paint, twist the brush to a point with a little more water, and you see what I mean? Yeah, try that now. See the difference?
Yeah, I can't.
No, that was good, but
but it's not where I wanted it to go.
Oh well, you rest your finger on the canvas like that and do it.
Okay.
Yeah. You wanted to paint dark lines around it now to make it right, but There you go, look, you'll find it there. It's just technique, you see?
Okay,
Fine.
yeah,
You're just techniques. So try a bit of dark around them and put, soften them out. Excellent, well done. Well, there we are then. Beautiful poppies in the wind. Very difficult to paint. Very delicate. It'd be nice to try and wet in wet watercolour, I think. Might have a go at that later this week. I'll still be out for a week or so.